To Minnesota now, where on Saturday, for the second time in less than a month, an American citizen was shot to death by a federal immigration agent. And the breaking news tonight, CBS News has learned the commander of the federal immigration crackdown there in Minneapolis, Greg Bovino, will be relieved of his duties as President Trump announces that border czar Tom Homan will be coming in amid a change in rhetoric as well from the White House. Let's get to Chief Correspondent Matt Gutman, who's on the ground in Minneapolis for us. Matt, good evening.
Tony, good evening. Greg Bovino has been the very public face of immigration operations across the country, especially visible here in Minneapolis, even in confrontations with protesters. We're told he'll be sent back to his base in El Centro, California. That, as President Trump said, he spoke with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz about a very good conversation, but diffusing tensions here.
Greg Bovino, for weeks the public face of federal immigration operations here, has been reassigned from Minneapolis, along with some Customs and Border Protection agents here. That surprise move in the president's conversation with Minnesota's Governor Tim Walz today follow tense scenes overnight. It all comes a day after that deadly shooting of 37-year-old Alex Pretti. Multiple videos posted on social media captured various angles of the confrontation that led to Pretti's death Saturday morning. CBS News has slowed down portions of that footage for this analysis. Around 9 a.m., about 2 minutes before the shooting, Alex Pretti is seen arguing with agents. Pretti was acting as an observer, documenting ICE operations in the city, like thousands of others here in Minneapolis. Pretti, seen wearing that ball cap, holding a cell phone, is pushed back. A minute later, he's standing in the street, waving a car through. An agent approaches another apparent observer, then shoves her toward the sidewalk. Another agent pushes Pretti, then a second woman walks over. The agent pushes her to the ground and sprays Pretti with a chemical irritant. Pretti and the first woman try to help the woman who was knocked down. At least 7 agents join and try to take Pretti down to detain him. At this moment, an agent in a gray coat appears to remove Pretti's gun from his waistband and runs away from the scrum. A second later, with Pretti's gun now in the hands of that agent, the shooting starts. The agents fire as they pull back from their target. Pretti was an intensive care nurse at the Veterans Affairs Hospital in the city. We spoke with Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara.
Is there a concern that a genie has been let out of a bottle and that it'll be very hard to put it back in terms of mass protests across the city and the possibility of additional violence?
That's been my fear the entire time. I'm just concerned that the pressure is just going to keep building and building and building. And at some point, it's just going to be too much. People are losing faith that the federal government can be capable of enforcing federal law and doing it professionally and without widespread constitutional violations. They're creating a culture in these agencies that's not good, and it's going to take years to undo.
Now, we've told that the agents involved in the shooting here are still on duty, but have been reassigned elsewhere, quote, for their own protection. That, as officials here say, they don't know whether these latest moves are enough to change the dynamic here on the ground, Tony.
All right, Matt, thank you very much.